The wind outside howled, rattling the window panes as I sat alone in my dimly lit living room. The glow of the Christmas tree lights cast eerie shadows across the walls, creating an atmosphere that seemed more unsettling than festive. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, something sinister lurking in the silent night. My eyes flickered to the clock midnight. The sound of footsteps echoed in the silence, but they weren't the familiar pitter-patter of reindeer hooves. These footsteps were heavy, deliberate, and approached from the rooftop above. Dread clawed at my chest as I realized I was not alone. A sudden jingle of bells sent shivers down my spine, the sound closer than it should be. I strained my ears, hoping it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. But then, from the chimney, emerged a figure dressed in red, white, and fur Santa Claus, or at least a distorted version of him. His eyes were not the warm, twinkling eyes of the kindly old man we celebrate every year. No, these eyes were dark voids, devoid of merriment. He moved with an unsettling grace, gliding across the room, his bag dragging ominously behind him. "Naughty or nice," he whispered, his voice like a bitter chill. I felt a cold sweat forming on my forehead as he drew nearer. The room seemed to shrink, trapping me in a suffocating nightmare. I mustered the courage to speak, my voice a shaky whisper. "Who are you?" A twisted smile crept across his face, revealing sharp, yellowed teeth. "I am the keeper of forgotten sins, the punisher of those who feign innocence," he hissed. I stumbled backward, my heart pounding in my chest. This was not the Santa I knew. This was a malevolent force, a creature that had donned the guise of holiday cheer. He reached into his bag and pulled out a list, unrolling it with a theatrical flourish. As he read names, a sinister glow emanated from the parchment. The list seemed endless, filled with the darkest secrets and misdeeds of those he deemed unworthy. I realized with horror that he knew my sins, my deepest regrets. His gaze fixed on me, and a twisted mirth danced in his eyes. "You've been very naughty, my dear," he murmured. I tried to back away, but an unseen force held me in place. The room grew colder, the air thick with an unnatural presence. The once joyful holiday decorations now seemed to mock me, their colors distorted into a nightmarish palette. Santa raised a gnarled hand, and from his fingertips, tendrils of shadow slithered towards me. I screamed, the sound echoing in the void of his icy laughter. The shadows enveloped me, pulling me into an abyss of darkness. In that chilling moment, I realized that the true horror of Christmas wasn't the monsters under the bed or the ghosts of Christmas past. It was the perversion of joy, the corruption of the familiar, turning the jolly old elf into a nightmarish entity that preyed on the guilt and fears of those who dared to question the spirit of the season.